6th in the organization's history in touchdowns. He is their highest rated starting quarterback in history with the best completion percentage. And he's been a starter for 3 years, and he's turned in 3 of the 4 highest passing totals in team history. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Cousins. What's up, buddy?
Thank you. Thanks for that warm welcome.
Remember when you asked if the event would sell out? I'd say it sold out.
I wondered, but this is a lot more fun than my weekly press conference, I'll tell you that. This is cool. Thank you. Thanks for coming. I think those are the conversations that I think will still have to happen between now and that time in March. And I think those conversations will potentially influence their decision one way or the other. But, there'll be dialogue, and I'm sure that'll all get factored in. So.
But you're okay playing on another tag?
There's a part of me that would like to get settled. There's a part of me that would like to get settled. But, I haven't really even gone there yet. I haven't thought about what if that happens, because then that becomes, July as to where it goes out to. So haven't thought that far ahead, but at the end of the day, and I've said it many times, but I do believe it, this league is one-year deals. I mean, it really is. Everybody signs these deals that are 5 or 6 years, but the teams usually have the ability to get out of them pretty quickly. So if it is a one-year deal, sometimes that's just as good as you can do as far as feeling settled, because that's the nature of this league.
I think Richard Sherman said guys shouldn't sign these contracts that have these big numbers but aren't guaranteed, much like you were offered last year. Do you take an obligation maybe to your union or to fellow players as you look at this contract as far as guaranteed money?
Well, that's the reason that playing on the franchise tag is doable, is because the alternative really isn't much better from a guarantee standpoint. If 5-year deals were truly 5-year deals from the player's side, it would be really, really hard to just sign a franchise tag and then have a cliff at the end of the season. But because the 5-year deals really create a cliff 1 or 2 years into the deal anyways, it's easier to do. So guarantees are a big part of what Mike McCartney is going to be talking about with whoever he's talking, to say, again, this is something that, if you're not going to do, then we might as well just play on 1-year deals, because guarantees are really, that security, or at least knowing I'm going to be here, is why I would commit to being here.
We're talking now among the scenarios of what it would take for you to be here, of course. There is a realistic scenario, Kirk, where you're not here anymore. That can happen, and we're speaking about that, so let's get that on the table. Kind of what have you studied and seen that may be out there? And B, when you talk about a new landing spot, what are those kind of factors? It's easy to say winning, but it's tougher to see sometimes the personnel that are there, what may be there down the line, et cetera, building around something. What else is out there?
Yeah, because first of all, it's a moving target. I think a lot of these teams haven't hired their staffs, or even on winning teams, they're firing staff members and bringing people in. So, and I've learned firsthand how that can change quite drastically each season. Within even the Redskins. So it's a moving target right now. It's hard to understand where it's going to go, but I do think that as that picture clarifies, then you try to gather those facts and learn about other teams and what they're doing, what they're bringing to the table. But that's something that is still kind of in process and is probably several weeks, if not a month away from being solidified. Well, for so long there was a little bit of I used the line, "I want to be where I'm wanted," and that was true. And that narrative kind of carried that, do the Redskins want him? Are they all in? And I would argue that the first year on the franchise tag, I do think there was a need for them to sort of buy insurance and kind of make sure they were getting the right thing and they weren't being a little too aggressive. And I understand that, and that was my agent's message to me and to the team that first year was, we totally understand that. I mean, it was really a 9-game stretch the second half of 2015, so if you need more time, we're okay with that. Felt like that was what was needed. But then after that, from day one of last offseason, I felt like it was total belief from the Redskins, and we want you here, and I felt wanted. So I've never since then felt a need, to prove it to them or that they're doubting me. I think that narrative carried, but it wasn't really true. I think they were all in last summer. It's just we felt like we wanted to take a little more time, which we just talked about, and that allowed that narrative to persist when it probably wasn't there. So I feel peace about their belief in me and where they're going forward from here.
I just want to say thank you to everybody here, to everybody who follows our team. You are what makes this league special. It wouldn't be what it is without your support, without your passion. And it's what makes it fun. It's what made it for me as an 8-year-old in the backyard dreaming of someday being able to do this. It's because of the people who are here today and the people who follow it so passionately. That's what makes it a dream come true for me. And so I just want to say thank you for allowing me to live a dream. Thank you to the media for covering our team the way you do, the way you work, the way you get the information out to the masses. And it's been a very positive experience for me for 6 years. So whether I'm here or not, I just want to say thank you and really appreciate your hard work and the way you support us.
How about that in the back? Big sign says, "Thank you, Kirk. Please stay. We want you here." Grant and Danny, 106.7 The Fan.